Happy holidays and
Oh,
welcome
I'm
back.
tired of all this. I'm tired of all this PC. Can't say Merry Christmas anymore.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Oh,
So,
happy holidays, Ben. Happy Hanukkah. Yeah.
welcome back to the What Did You Think podcast, episode
Six.
6.
Six.
No, I do both. I do Hanukkah
Six.
and Christmas. So,
Oh,
uh
cool.
yeah.
Well, then happy holidays, plural, really does apply to you.
That's why I
Wow.
said happy
You've
holidays.
opened my eyes. You've opened my eyes to the wide world and how I've been living in a bubble. Um,
So Cameron, we're in the week of Christmas. I know you probably guys got a lot going on, so I
yep.
mean, go ahead. What are some what are some things that you're looking forward to for this holiday? Because it's in what? It's this week. It's Saturday.
Uh,
Yeah,
it's
Christmas is Sunday. It's Sunday.
Oh yeah, Christmas is this week. Um, so unfortunately, I'm the same exact level of sick as I was in the last episode.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
and in the week since. So you guys are gonna have to deal with that.
And I will say I've been getting. I guess I'll answer my question that I asked you since you didn't ask me.
I said, how about you, Ben?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, uh, it's going great. We're really busy. We don't have any family, but we've just been, decorating a bunch for Christmas still, just finalizing some Christmas gifts for people. And this is actually kind of cool. So I just found out that me and my wife got me movie tickets to it's a theater that still shows all their movies on film. So
That's cool.
Uh, so yeah, and we are going to go see one of my favorite movies, which is the Muppet movie, the one with Jason
Oh, with
Segel.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
because so apparently they have it on film that they're showing, and it's after Christmas, so we're gonna go see it. So,
That's really
I'm
cool.
I'm looking forward to belt out, Man or Muppet, or uh, what is it? Da 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Man or Muppet is the only thing I remember from that movie.
Okay,
So
hold on. It was life's a piece of cake. I don't it's something like that. Either way, life's a happy song when there's someone by my side to sing along. Yeah, that's what it is. This is not a musical episode. I don't know why I've been singing so much to bless your ears, but other than that, that's pretty much what I've got going on. I also have noticed that we've got a few people asking, "Oh, where's the new logo? You guys revealed it a few episodes ago, probably prematurely, arguably." And I would say, yeah, we did reveal
I
it
would definitely say it
prematurely.
was prematurely, and definitely a huge lack of communication. But um,
So either way,
it
we
should be.
are it'll be revealed when the new season happens, which we are
Oh,
coming up very close to the new season. Yes, so yeah, we'll reveal that in the season 2 that I know all of you are dying to find out or to listen. Anyways, I guess before we go into anything you got, how was your week, Cameron? You got anything going on? Anything new you want to share with us?
um, you know, just the regular Cameron stuff. Not much is going on with me right now other than the Christmas shenanigans I explained earlier. So how about you? How about you?
Right. Yeah, Hanukkah's over. Well, no, it's not over. No, it's not over. It's almost over. Either way. And then we've got just Christmas shenanigans, like you said. But I have just seen a movie, Cameron, and I'm going to have you guess it again. Now, last time I told you 20 questions, and you did good, where you didn't even need all 20 questions. So I might bring it down a little bit. We're going to bring it down to 15. All right. And this is all right. I swear, I'm only answering yes or no questions. Okay. We're gonna have to
Okay.
play it right if
Also,
you're wanting to
by
play
the
it.
way, um, I went back on that episode when you said when I
Okay, I need
asked
to
you,
clarify. I need to clarify. I need to
uh-huh,
clarify. So when you
uh-huh.
said, "Have you already seen it?" I was thinking like, why is he asking me if I've seen this movie? Like, duh, I just saw this movie today.
Hmm.
That's how I interpreted it. Okay.
Right,
So
right.
I was
I can understand
confused.
why someone like you, an idiot, okay, would
What?
think that.
First of all, it's not Christmas yet, and David Arbor can still put you on the naughty list. Okay.
Whoa, what does he have anything to do with anything?
Well, maybe if they read the title,
Eh,
I
Okay,
don't know why I
Ben.
pointed up.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, I'm not putting the title there.
don't put
Anyway,
it up there. No, it wouldn't look good up there.
um,
Either way, it's
so yeah,
yes or no
okay.
questions.
So
You
Ben,
have 15.
here's my first question for you.
Yeah.
Have you seen it already?
I have
According
not
to
seen it
my def.
already.
Okay,
Yeah, I've not seen
okay.
it already.
Um,
Also, not a
is
yes. Wait, no. That is a yes or
that
no
is a yes
question.
or no
But
question?
keep track of your questions. That's
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Um, was it released in the last 5 years?
Let me do some mathematics, aka
Looking it up.
yeah, while I look it up. All right. Last how many years?
Five,
No.
5. No. Okay. Um, yes or no? That's the
What?
question. Okay. Limiting it to yes or no questions really makes this a lot harder. Um,
Not really. I mean, it's like
yes,
riddle.
really. Um, okay. Have I seen it that you know of?
I doubt it. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Um, did when it came out, were you alive or old enough to see it in theaters?
Okay, I was alive. Yes. Um, I don't think I was allowed to see it in theaters.
Okay. So I'm guessing that means it's rated R. That's not a question, so don't count it down. Is it a comedy? Is it comedic?
Uh,
Like if someone asked you the genre, would
I would
comedy come
not
to mind?
explain it as a comedy.
Okay. Um,
So no.
I'm gonna need a hint. Okay, is it does it star somebody that's like okay, no, that's not gonna work. Um, is okay, the main character, are they played by a MCU character actor, like one of the Avengers, basically? Somebody who's important in the MCU, not like Bill
No.
Joe who okay, no. So that does narrow it down quite a bit, I think.
I mean,
The MCU
no,
has
not
like every
really.
actor under the sun, bro.
Okay,
Um,
that's six, right?
at 6. Dude, I don't know, man. Is it an action movie? Is there violence present?
Yes, there is violence present, but I would not consider it an action movie.
Okay, is it like a war movie?
No.
Okay. Um, is the main character a woman?
Uh, no.
Okay. That doesn't narrow it down at all.
Main character is a male, supporting is a female.
Okay. Um, and bro,
Oh. There's two leads, male and female.
okay.
And since I'm so nice, I will give you a hint.
And since you want to get this moving along,
Uh, the girl, the female, the lady, was nominated for Best Leading Actress
because of this movie,
because of this movie, and this was the only nomination that the movie got.
huh? Um, you'd be surprised how little that helps me. I don't know anything about the Oscars pre like 2018. Um,
Fair.
is it a like a like it's not romance, is it?
No.
Okay.
Okay. It's a drama mystery thriller.
Drama, mystery, thriller, mystery. Is it, dude? This is gonna be so exciting for all the audience
I know.
members.
All right. Dude, I'm giving you a lot of hints. This is a well
Yeah,
known movie.
it's a well-known movie. Drama, mystery, thriller. Two leads. Best actress nomination.
I'm about to
Um,
give you a hint that's going to crack it wide open.
all right.
One of the leads is a superhero.
Okay, just not an MCU one. Got it. Okay, so let's think about. Is it? Is it something with Ben Affleck in it?
Yes.
Yes. My mind just went Ben Affleck. As I would be able to tell you any other time. All I can think of is Daredevil right now. This the Ben Affleck
This is
Daredevil.
not Daredevil.
Right. I figured as much. We got to be at 15 by now, right? How many questions?
They're at like 9 or 10.
Uh, is it like what was it called? The Accountant or whatever?
No.
Um, is it?
I thought Anna Kendrick was nominated for an Oscar for that movie.
I don't know who's in what, man. I'm just thinking of Ben Affleck movies. Uh, is it? I don't know, man.
All right. You're on question 14.
Oh wow, what does the title rhyme with? Just give me that one.
Uh Wrong is the first word. Well, no, okay, no, it's not, but ignore that hint. That
Just
was
give
a
me, just be like,
no. Last,
no,
all right, last hint,
just be like
final
Smush Smush
guess.
Mountain or something. Like,
I'm gonna tell you the director.
okay,
Okay?
it's not gonna help.
David Fincher.
I don't know his stuff, bro. I'm not good at movies when asked about questions.
I'm gonna read you the synopsis.
Okay,
With his wife's disappearance having become the focus of an intense media circus, a man sees the spotlight turned on him when it's suspected that he may not be innocent.
dude, I might not even know what this movie is.
You definitely do.
I mean, it's not coming to mind.
Okay, it's all right. Hong Hurl.
Oh, 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 Gone Girl.
Yeah, a
That does
great
not rhyme
job.
with wrong.
I said Hong.
Okay, Hong Chow, friend of the podcast.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
hey man,
that was
I don't know anything about that movie. I've been like specifically avoiding information about that movie because haven't seen it yet. Uh,
okay, my bad then.
no, like I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying like I wouldn't know what it's about.
Fair
And
enough.
also that
Well,
was popular enough. I figured that would have had more
that was
nominations.
a pain editing. The amount of dead air there was is
Yeah.
immeasurable. Either way,
Um.
with that being said, we watched a little flick last night. And I'm going to introduce this one. We watched Violent Night. Violent Night is directed by Tommy Wirkola and stars David Harbour, John Leguizamo, Alex Hassell, Alexis Louder, Edi Patterson, Beverly D'Angelo, and Leah Brady. And it's about a group of mercenaries that attack a wealthy family estate on Christmas Eve. All seems lost until Santa Claus shows up to save the day.
Until he comes to town, even.
Santa Claus
Because that's what he does.
comes down.
My boy Stanny, he knows what
We
he's
saw
doing.
this together, Cameron.
So,
Today. Yeah, we saw it today. I forgot.
yeah, like a couple minutes ago.
Because we had to make time because we're so busy with all the Christmas stuff.
Right,
So,
right.
but I will say our crowd in our theater, as much as how bad we talk about crowds, this crowd was very good. I was very happy with the audience and the auditorium. Uh,
Mm.
so I know they're all watching this and listening to this. So thank you guys for being respectful in the theater. Um, but as far as that go, Cameron, what do you think about it?
Uh, you know, okay, you gotta understand what it's like if you're watching this in the future, like 90 years in the future. You gotta understand what it's like living in today and existing. Okay, yeah, John Wick is cool. Nobody was pretty good. There's a new trend in action movies. It's resurgent, but it's also new. And and then everyone's like, this new action movie is also starting to become a little samey. For every Taken one, there's a Taken two and three that kind of does the same thing again, but worse. And for every John Wick, there's other movies that do that, and so we needed someone to come along and shake things up.
We did.
Who better than Saint Nick himself, Santa Claus? And when I saw that this movie was being made, first of all, I thought it was like an SNL poster. I was like, "Oh, that's
Right.
silly." And then it was real, and
Well,
then it was rated R, and that's what does it.
what's
This,
funny is that David Harbour is in like a few SNL posts about like their fake movies, like the Oscar the Grouch, uh, which is like the Joker parody. He's in that, and on the surface, this seems like a complete goofball of a movie. And when you're
Mhm,
watching it, you realize, oh, this is a complete goofball of a movie. It is like hysterical that like these like someone had an idea about this, and like this is like if you and me had a bit, and then like we're telling someone else, and someone took our bit seriously and made a complete movie about it,
right.
and this is not bad at all. I think this is a blast. Like, again, I'm gonna compare this to the menu a lot because I think that you have to have the right mindset going into this.
Hmm.
Because if you're expecting this to be perfect, like, you know, a complete psychological thriller and just a complete like mind bending movie, it's not. Not at all. It's just
Uh-huh.
like a very fun, extremely violent Christmas like heartwarming Christmas movie.
What's great about it is the the R rating. If this was PG-13, it would
Oh,
probably be one of the most boring movies of the year. But
absolutely.
it's the commitment to the bit that really sells it and really takes it as far as it needs to go to not just be a, oh, that's funny, look at Santa punch a guy, into, oh my word, Santa just cut off that guy's head into a geyser of blood with an ice skate. I'm gonna watch this again tomorrow.
Or
So
like
like,
tossing people in a wood chipper. It's like
right,
like stuff that like dude, it's if you're going to do this, you need to go all out. And this movie does that. They're like how gory can we like all of their budget went into A David Harbour and then like B the set. And then like C is probably all the amount of fake blood that they used and
yeah,
CG blood that they used for this because it is legitimately I turned to Cameron halfway through the movie and I'm like I'm actually so glad that they're like doubling down on the violence in this movie because Megan, for example, is and a lot we're actually having this a lot where people are scared to make a violent horror movie. Uh so they're
yeah.
putting that PG-13 sticker on it so that way more people will go see it
But
because
it's
it's
like,
no shock that more people are going to see a PG-13 movie than an R-rated movie because the R like
mhm.
statistically and scientifically has been proven to turn some people away from it.
Well, literally, like it's the rules that not everyone can see it.
Yeah.
If it's PG-13, a group of a group of seventh graders can go with their buddies and go watch Megan, but
Mhm.
they'd have to bring their mom or big brother along to watch Violent Night,
Right.
which scares some studios.
So, and we see a lot of studios doing this with the PG-13 stuff. Is like we have Megan, which is a Chucky girl doll. Not even Chucky. I shouldn't put it. I shouldn't compare it. But uh, like it's projected to be this violent horror movie with this doll that comes alive, but it's PG-13, and it's like, why on earth would I go watch a killer doll movie and there to be like no violence? And then the vampire movie called The Invitation is PG-13, and
Which I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard about it, I heard that it kind of pushes that a little bit, the
I'm probably never
PG-13
gonna see
rating.
it,
Oh
so
yeah,
I
me
don't know.
neither. I'll just take that as what it
Right,
is, but
but and uh, several other movies that are coming out or have already come out this year. That one about like the Exorcist or whatever, the girl
pray
that's the priest,
pray for the devil or whatever.
pray for the yeah or something like that. And that's PG-13 too. It's like that is insanely terrible.
Some movies can get away with it. Like I think it is there are things that can surprise you if it's done creatively
Hmm.
using a PG-13 to get a to even enhance scary stuff or whatever you're trying to do. But sometimes it doesn't work. And um as you're saying, yes, there is a trend of studios being scared to commit to the bit. But I will say, and this is without a doubt, and thanks to Deadpool, proving that you can make a successful R-rated movie nowadays. More and more movies are taking that chance,
Oh yeah.
and this is one of those movies that definitely wouldn't exist if Deadpool was not as successful as it was.
Right. Well, no, I think you're absolutely right. And this is the last time I'll say it, but committing to the bit is one of the big things that this movie does have going for it. Because like uh, PG-13 movies can't even show blood splatter. Like, and if your movie title is Violent Night
Right,
and you have like MCU violence, it's going to be crap. Like, you know what I mean? I'm watching this movie to watch someone's head get cut off, or like anticipation of that. I want to see Santa like kill people,
right.
and this movie has plenty of that. It's like it's hilarious. It's so and you have this moment hit you while you're watching the movie on like what am I watching exactly? Like I'm watching Santa Claus like murder people. This is the most insane idea, and I'm totally down for it. Uh, this movie knows exactly what it is and what it's doing. It does not try to take itself too seriously. I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
There is I'll stay away from there's not a lot of spoilers
I-
necessarily.
yeah, there's like a couple things that we can't say yet,
Right.
but
But the like main plot between two characters, which is a husband and a wife, um, is like the heartwarming part of the Christmas movie that you
I would
have. And
I wouldn't even call that a main plot. That's definitely
one of the
it's
main
set up.
plots of the husband and wife.
Yeah, that's definitely a B plot,
I'm
I would
not
say.
saying it's the main plot of the movie.
Oh, I see
I
what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm saying
got it.
for those two characters, that's their plot.
Got it.
Uh, and I think that's done very well too. It's like it's really good. I Cameron told me people were crying at this movie. There was
According
no shot I was gonna shed a tear for this movie.
on
Uh,
TikTok, there are people all over the place saying, "Oh, I cried at two different places during this." Like, I
there
guess those
was
people like just committed to the bit as well. But
maybe they were so emotionally attached to the villains in this movie, and it was just destroying for them. Uh, I don't know, but I think that this movie is a complete blast. Uh, Unfortunately, it's not family friendly, so it's not necessarily like
no,
let's get the family around the TV and watch this
right,
before Christmas. I would love to watch this before Christmas with my family. I think this would be a blast.
right.
Uh, but
I'm gonna
for
try
every
to
family,
I'm gonna
I don't
try
want
to
to
get
scar
my
your
family to see
6 year
it.
old
Right.
or your 3 year old
They
watching
definitely
Santa do this stuff. Ugh.
I now that I'm thinking about it, just like there are other kinds of movies that want you to know they're rated R. We
Mm-hmm.
have like I never saw these, but like Good Boys or Bad Boys, I don't remember, but it was like the three
Yeah.
little kids, and you have the Happy Time Murders, and like the other kind of movies where like the R is like part of the poster and all that stuff, and like guys, we're actually saying the F word this time. It's
It's
like
like Sausage Party and a bunch of those movies
Sausage Party, like
where they have to have a thing on the poster that says this movie is rated R or this movie is not
right.
for kids.
Which, by the way, the Sausage Party Red Band trailer was played in front of Finding Dory in some theaters because people did.
No.
Yes, because people just, animated. I'm gonna put it in front of Dory. Anyway,
Mm,
there is a balance. There's a balance between being too scared to do an R at all, and then being like, oh, we have to do R, so we have to lean into it all the way. Sometimes, like, but in like the bad way, where they're constantly reminding you, hey guys, remember I'm rated R for a second while I go say a bunch of sex jokes over here. Like
yeah.
this movie just is what it is, and it doesn't have to be like, isn't it
Right.
crazy that this is happening? It's just like, okay, you understand this is what you're signing up for. Now let's actually make a good thing out of it.
Right. And movies like Good Boys and Happy Time Murders are first of all bad movies. Like they're actually just like terrible quality. Like when the focal point is that you just want to see family friendly things or like people or kids like do bad things, I think there's just something wrong with you. I mean, I don't find that comedic at all. You know what I mean?
I think I
I don't.
think there is
That's
a
because that's the appeal, Cameron. That's the
no,
appeal.
right.
It's
No, but
like
what I'm saying is like
watching Muppets
I think
curse
a
you
joke
out and
like
get
that
naked and kill people is not necessarily on my list of things I want to see. So
can work in like maybe a robot chicken like 4 minute sketch. Oh,
sure,
Kermit just said the F word. That's funny. Now let's move on.
but when you
It
build your
it
movie
doesn't
about a
carry a
sketch,
movie. And
then
so
that's like the issue.
this if done poorly, the same thing could be said about Santa Claus killing people. You
Right.
know, oh, I get it. He used a candy cane to stab somebody. That's funny. Move on. But the way this movie is able to continually like it's a joke as a premise, and then it's a good action movie on
Hmm.
top of that
Like you've got like with this, I haven't seen Happy Time Murders or any of that.
me
Okay,
neither. But like I've seen
but
enough.
right, I've seen clips and stuff of it, and what I can gather is that it is like you said, they focus on the R rating over the quality and the content within the movie,
Hmm.
where this movie does what it wants to do. All right.
Right.
And what it wants to do is make a fun action movie with some like really great fight scenes, like some good, like
Like really
choreographed
great.
fight
Yeah.
scenes. And then you have like a nice, like Christmas feely, like story to it with like some fun out like weird characters. Like I would say that there's a guy here who is an actor in a movie, and he is played up. Like this guy overacts to at his finest. Like
He's
I,
always
I
like
guarantee you, his sheet was like act like and act. I don't even know.
like you know that thing when you're like in school and like you're like if someone walked in here I'd take him out, like if a shooter came in here I'd take him out. That's what this guy's talking like the whole movie, and
Yeah,
there is a shooter right in front of him and he's just not doing anything.
it works so well, and it's and there's also this movie is pretty funny too. I would say I was
It is.
laughing quite a
Yeah.
bit when it comes to like kills like or stupid like NPC things that these people are doing, and or then you have like uh this some stupid joke. Is this a spoiler? Bert,
His name?
well, his full name.
No.
uh, the mom's name in the movie is Gertrude, and like there's a conversation like you named your suck up, you named your daughter after our mom or whatever. They're like you named your son after your mom, and he's like his name's Bert, full name is Bertrude. It's like it's like so funny and so stupid. Oh,
Yeah,
and maybe this is just the perfect movie for me and for Cameron and I because
maybe, maybe.
maybe you hate this, but this is me. This is Cameron and I's very like cream of the crop. You know what I mean?
I've been looking through Letterboxd and all the bad reviews, and I don't. Okay, if you sat down and you were fully ready to meet this movie halfway, go in accepting what the premise is and willing to like have fun with it, and you just didn't like the action and all that stuff, that's fine. But a lot of it is just people like, this is not good. This was too simple, and also there was nothing interesting going on. It's like I feel like if you're the kind of person who didn't like it, not based on what it presented to you, but based on what it like isn't, and that it's not an in-depth look at the human spirit or a it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is. Like if you look at the cover art and you read the title, you should know what you're getting into. And if
Right.
you're expecting anything else, you're kind of setting yourself up to not like it.
I think it's unfortunate because like with movies like this and The Menu, um, people are going to hate on it more because there's not like the deeper meaning type thing, and which is unfair. I think. Well, first of all, people are stupid. You know, whatever. People are pretentious. They're not going to They're
If you
not going to
disagree with us, you're
understand.
wrong. If you disagree with us, you're wrong.
Well, that's true. I mean, if you guys didn't know, me and Cameron have definitely gone to school for film. Because we live
Uh,
in California, so like we
I
know
mean,
movies.
if you mean go to school for film and that, like, I went to class one day knowing they were going to play a movie instead of teach a lesson, I did go to school for film.
Right. And
Um,
me as well.
you're right.
So, and we were,
We
yeah,
watched Wreck-It Ralph in third grade. So
Did you actually?
yeah, it was my idea too. I walked up to the teacher. I was like, "Hey, I'm kind of I don't like I can we watch Wreck-It Ralph? It's really
What
cool."
class?
Third grade,
Oh, wow.
the class third grade, and he
So
was like, "Yeah, just bring it in tomorrow."
you brought
So
in Wreck-It Ralph.
yeah,
That's sick. Well, there was a movie I would always watch. I used to get my haircut at this place, and I was younger. I was a young wee lad, and the movie that I would always ask for them. I was the only kid that went to this barber shop and with my dad, and
the one that plays movies.
no, no, no. So this is the thing. I made the guy get out an old TV and plug it in
Oh
and put in a
no,
movie
I'm pretty
while I got.
sure I went to that one before.
No, I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
No, yeah, I went there yesterday. He was still there.
What are you, some kind of haircut expert? Some
Yeah.
barbershop expert? No, I
Anyway,
know
your
you didn't go to
story.
this one, Cameron.
Okay, okay.
But so because I was the only kid that went to this. Okay, it was an adult only type thing, not like adult only. What
Hey
in the
yo.
world? What in the world? But I would always make this guy plug in this old TV and put in Ice Age, and I would always watch Ice Age, the second one, because I hated Ice Age Baby so much, even as a kid.
No
Uh,
way.
well, yeah, I promise you, it was
Bro's
annoying.
ahead of the time.
No, but so I was always watching Ice Age 2 while I got my haircut, and that's yeah. I don't know why I just had to share that, but whatever. We watched 12 Angry Men in class. Like that's really great.
Really?
That's amazing. Have you never seen 12 Angry Men?
No.
First of all, must watch. Okay. Uh, it's phenomenal. We watched that in language arts.
I'm gonna watch it right now.
Well, anyways, Violent Night.
um, so yeah, as I was saying, people seem to not be either they're either expecting too much or they like if you're just not into this kind of bit, that's fine. But like a lot of the people complaining about it are people like complaining that it's not going all the way. And like you
Why go
said,
watch it? Were
also
they expecting it to be like
I don't
the
know.
Citizen Kane?
I saw
Like,
someone complain that it was violent.
no, you did not.
Yes.
You saw someone complain that Violent Night was violent.
Well, really, it was just a review. I'm not trying to dox anybody, but it was a really pretentious review that was just a list of adjectives.
What's the
And
username?
no, I'm not gonna do that. But this is just the whole review. It's 1 star, so I'm guessing all of these are bad. Crude, derivative, dumb, fakey, faltering, gory, lowbrow, mind-numbing, nonsensical, overscored, ridiculous, simple, uneven, unlikable, unscary, violent. I don't know what bro thought he was gonna see
You
with
wanted
this
to see a
movie.
scary, non-violent movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um. Anyway, but like for stuff like this, stuff like the
Bro
menu,
only watches the PG-13 horror
dude. Yeah,
movies.
bro is chewing his fingernails like at Megan, bro. Like, what's gonna happen next? Like,
Oh my
uh,
goodness.
but stuff like this, stuff like the menu. And then another thing that comes to mind that a lot of people had a lot of bad things to say about was Belfast. And that, no, I am going to connect it. Um, Belfast, I really enjoyed Belfast. And when I went to see the reviews on Letterboxd, everyone was talking about this is a terrible movie. They don't even talk about the politics of the time. They don't even talk about the conflict the movie centers around. And I'm like, did we watch different movies? Belfast is about this little kid growing up in terrible time, but he's a little kid, so he only cares about little kid things. The movie starts with his block getting attacked because they are a different religion and like people die. And one of the main plots of the movie is he's trying to get a girl to like him. Like that's the point. The point is that there's not really a focus on the conflict. And I think I don't like saying this, but I think sometimes people do kind of just misunderstand what they're supposed to be getting from a movie.
Mhm. Well, I'm not going to say what I think about Belfast. That's for another time.
Right.
But yeah. Well,
I was just
I
trying to connect the dots
No,
of
you're right, and I do think that's the case. But I also know it sounds pretentious for us to say like I don't think people and I say this joke like you don't understand this movie. Like this is
right.
too filmy for you to understand.
I
This
think
is a
it's
film, not a movie.
right.
But I actually do think like that's the case with a lot of these joke movies.
Yeah,
It's not even fair to call them joke movies. It's like I don't know. People need to learn to have fun while watching a
right.
movie and not understand like and understand that not everything is trying to be
The best thing
Citizen
ever.
Kane. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So and yeah, that's just unfortunate. And if
Citizen Candy Cane, maybe. Right?
uh, yeah, I tried so hard. That is the worst. Shut up, idiot. Ugh. Um. Well. So yeah. That's disgusting. I lost my train of thought completely after
Okay,
that.
I'll move us along then. This movie, if the premise doesn't explain it enough, another way to explain it, this movie actually specifically answered something that I've been wanting for a long time. First of all, part of it is Die Hard, which is already great, right? You know, who doesn't like
Yes.
Die Hard? And
Wait.
another
Okay. Wait.
part
Hold
of
up.
it,
Hold up. Hold up. The real question. The real question.
yes, Die
You
Hard is a
know,
Christmas movie. Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely, no debate. No.
no
All right.
debate.
And here's the thing: Bruce Willis disagrees.
You know what? That's okay. You can be wrong about your own movie.
I
That's fine.
agree. No, and if anyone, I don't understand how people cannot like agree that it is a Christmas movie.
Oh,
Does everyone in
I can see how. I
how?
can also see how people can like get wrong answers in tests. I can see how people can like think they know something and be wrong about it. Like it's understandable why someone would say it's not a Christmas movie, but it's just factually incorrect.
Absolutely. If it's
Uh,
about if it takes place during Christmas
that's the
and
only
like
criteria. That's the only criteria.
well, because Spider-Man is not a Christmas movie.
Okay, I guess we're not having that conversation. No,
No Way Home. You think No Way Home is a Christmas movie?
I think
I think if the movie starts off in Christmas and it is Christmas throughout the entire
r-
runtime of the
that's
movie,
what I meant.
then
Yeah, no,
it is a Christmas
No
movie.
Way Home is like a little bit of like November,
Halloween,
right?
or yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah.
But if it's that one constant like season or holiday,
hmm
then it is a
Iron
Christmas
Man
movie.
3 is a Christmas movie.
Is it during Christmas?
Yeah, from the very start.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
glad we're on the same page.
I'm glad that we are also on the same page.
This video could have turned into a whole like and just argument of Christmas
Yeah,
movies, but it's not.
and that's what it would have been, but it's not. It wasn't meant to be. Anyway, so part of it is Die Hard, which who doesn't love Die Hard? And then another part of this is what I've been wanting for years, which is Home Alone, but the burglars die, and like this is literally what that is. This
Hmm.
is if you've ever at any point in your life been like, you know, that guy would have died in Home Alone. I wonder if they've ever thought about making a movie where that actually happens.
Yeah. Oh,
There it is.
that scene. I'm not spoiling it because I think this is like
I
something I
think
think would be fun to go into.
getting into specifics of like what happens in individual scenes could be a little bit spoilery for like an
But
action movie.
the attic scene
Yeah,
was one of the like that was like probably that one moment in the movie where I was like, "Oh, wow, this is
right.
like not holding back."
I'm not trying to be like that cringy kid on the playground who's like, yeah, my parents let me watch all way to movies and I don't even flinch. But violence doesn't usually get to me and stuff. I
Neither
was
does me.
wincing at this movie at certain
Yeah,
points.
I was like I was shocked. Well, it's because you know exactly what scene I'm talking about. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's very equivalent to the scene in Home Alone where one of the
Well, we
what
don't.
is it called?
I don't want to get into specifics right now.
Oh,
We
you're
can
right.
talk
You're right.
about
You're
that
right.
in the
You're right.
spoiler
You're right. You're
section.
right. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I'm not letting these people open up their presents early. They gotta.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. Here. Okay. Minor spoiler section for real life. If you're like 6 or younger, turn away now. Ben, how old were you when you stopped believing in Santa?
Bro, you got to be careful here. So this is too deep, man. This is the deepest we're getting on the podcast, bro.
Okay.
When did I? Well, my dog's here, and I don't want her to hear me. When did I
Just
stop believing in Santa? I think this is deep, bro. Um,
if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
no, no, no. So I was going into my freshman year. No, I'm kidding. I can't really remember. I recall, I believe going into like second grade
Really.
or third grade. I can't remember.
I think I believed in Santa up till like fourth or fifth grade. Um,
Really?
but I think a little bit of the end there was me kind of hanging on.
Well, okay, because like I know there was like a year or two that I went knowing Santa's not real, but
Playing along anyway.
yeah, because it's like I don't want to say there's
Also,
like
we
that
have
slight.
younger siblings too, so we kind of have to anyway. Like we
Right. Well, exactly. So it's like I didn't really want to like ask my parents if he's like fake. I kind of already knew, and I wasn't like trying. You know what I mean? I still thought it was fun. You know, like when I did
right,
realize it, I thought it was like fun to believe in that, and also in the slightest possibility that I was incorrect. I didn't want to like not get anything for Christmas, so I would like make myself believe until like
right.
I asked my
There
parents like if he was real privately, and they told me the truth,
we
which
had
he is
this.
real because he is real.
Oh yes, of course. We had this. I have this. Me and my brother has this. Had this tradition where we would set up a tent in the living room and we would put all of our stuffed animals in there and we'd all stake all me Eli and all the stuffed animals would stake out and try to stay awake for Santa and
Really?
yeah, and it was really fun.
That's
And
so cool.
we never caught him, but
Oh,
I don't know how late I was staying up as a kid, but somehow
it's
my
probably like 10 p.m.
yeah, maybe my parents were always able to actually sneak in more gifts that were labeled as from Santa,
Oh,
even
what? So your
even
parents actually went full bore with like
yeah,
they
yeah,
tricked you
okay.
guys.
So they did more than just put out gifts. They had obviously we set out cookies. We would also set out carrots for the reindeer, and they would have like bites taken out of the cookies. They wouldn't fully finish off the milk. They would have like chomps taken out of the carrots, and then they had he would always leave a little baggie full of gold glitter that they called Christmas magic, and there would be a trail of gold glitter to the front door because we don't have a chimney, and so it'd be like he came through, had the cookies, dropped off the presents, left some Christmas magic, and then walked out the door.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's lying. Like to your kids, man.
yeah, but it's Santa,
So
you
hear me
know?
out. First of all, do you think the reindeer are walking in the house to
No,
eat your carrot?
no, I don't.
So he was like taking the carrot out. He's like, I'm gonna put it back in their house for them.
Shut up.
So I'll tell you what my parents did. We just did the cookies and milk.
Yeah.
All presents were from mom and dad, or like my grandparents or Isaac. I never had any presents from Santa, and I never did. And I think thinking about this makes me really depressed now. Wishing my parents did do this because all that would happen, we'd put out one cookie and he wouldn't even finish the cookie. And
Well, he has had a lot of cookies that night. Okay,
one
don't take
time we
it
didn't have
personally.
any milk, so we put out water for Santa.
uh, I
And
think
like, so I would wake up and I'd be so excited to check if Santa visited, and he'd drink half the water. And 1 year he forgot to eat the cookie.
one night, one night, one year, uh, I used to. Okay, when I was younger, I could be making this up, but I think I remember doing this. we set out instead of milk, we put out eggnog, and then I really wanted him to have a glass of ginger ale.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. So wow, Cameron, I'm not even kidding. You changed my viewpoint. I used to be against like parents like putting the sugar trail or the flour trail of the boots
uh-huh.
out the door. I used to be so against that, and I used to be so against like presents from Santa and all
Yeah.
that. And you explaining this to me and the joy that you guys had
It was
makes me
fun.
want to do this for my kids.
Yeah.
And which I don't have any. I have a dog,
Yeah.
but I that is crazy. And the only thing that wouldn't have a label from people
Mhm.
would be the stockings.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to do it too. We only ever had one gift from Santa. I asked my mom like what was her thought process, and she's like, "Yeah, we obviously wanted you to think Santa was real, so we got you a gift from Santa." And it was always a bigger gift too. Like one year it was a beanbag chair, one year it was a bike or whatever. It was always one of
Wow,
the bigger gifts was from Santa.
bro.
But the everything else they wanted to take credit for. So they only put his name on one present for each of us.
Which makes sense because he's got a big bag. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
uh, but wow. So this also leads me to like another few questions that I have.
No, yeah, go
Uh,
ahead. I mean, we don't have much to say about this movie anyway, so we gotta.
well,
This is the
so
Christmas episode.
right. Well, whoa, this is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Um, I will say my grandma never put names on the presents to
Mhm.
make us believe in Santa. But hear me out. Whenever we would have Christmas with her was on Christmas Eve. And that is against Christmas lore
Right.
that Santa was dropping presents off early. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I immediately knew in my mind something's wrong. Okay. And I blame her uh, because I she probably is the reason I quit believing at such a young age. I I'm getting more and more livid, Cameron. I am shocked. Also, hear me out. There's a question. Me and my wife are having a bit of an argument where do you have wrapped things in your stocking?
Not usually because our stockings are usually just like candy.
Yeah, okay, right. Perfect, Cameron. I only have
But if there's any non-candy items, like one year we got Skylanders in our stockings, those were wrapped.
no
Yes.
Cameron. No. That maybe I've been doing Christmas wrong my
It's not a
entire
hard and
life.
fast rule.
I'm
You
doing it
can
the Jewish way, apparently,
It's
because
not a
like
hard I think the Jewish way is not doing it at all.
yeah. Well, like
I
man,
think okay, let me tell you
dude.
this. It is acceptable to not wrap something if it's in a stocking.
I,
I will say that
okay, but I don't feel
because
like I'm missing out.
the stocking acts as a wrapper of sorts.
Okay. So I would always get a majority of it candy, but this is where I get my t-shirts, my underwear, my socks, stuff like that. But I would even get some physical items, okay, like some hair products. I mean, not like shaving products. I mean,
Skylanders, by the way.
but I would get like some physical stuff, but it'd just be thrown in the stocking. And it even got to a point where my mom would overflow the stocking, so it would just be sitting there on the couch. I'm not wrapped at all. It'd just be like, oh, let's go. It's just like my stocking's overflowing onto the couch or on the floor or whatever. Maybe I need to confront my mom about this.
No. I mean, everyone does Santa differently. We never did Elf on the Shelf.
Never. And I think that's terrifying. I
Um, my my little cousins, they were doing Elf on the Shelf, and one of them accidentally touched it, which apparently is against the rules.
yeah,
And and so there was a video of there's like five girls in that family, all of them in tears about it. And then so their mom, to make them happy, was like, "Oh, you can fix it if you sing Christmas carols at it." And so they were all crowding around this elf in tears, going like, "Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree." Oh.
that is amazing. Um, well, I think with that, let's get into the spoiler section now in our
Okay.
movie. Are you okay with that?
Uh, Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're in our spoiler section.
Spoiler section. First spoiler. Actually, I
No,
mean,
I think that was a rant. I think that was the
that
rant.
was a rant, but we didn't let him know it was a spoiler section. So
I
let's
think
just do a minor rant. Here's the minor rant. All right. This is this is every version ever released of Gill Grunt for the Skylanders series. I'm not going to go through all of them now. I never will on the podcast. If you want to know what they are, this is exactly what you have to do. If you don't look it up for yourself, if you want to hear me talk about every single version released for Skylanders of Gill Grunt, we have to be big enough to have a Patreon. You have to pay us specifically for me to talk about that. Thank you.
okay, first of all, on that Patreon subject, I would love to. And if we actually can grow our audience, I think it'd be a lot of fun to like do live streams with people
Yeah.
and like do Q&As and stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'm not saying like people are gonna like dying to know stuff about us. I think like
I mean, it's just fun.
yeah, exactly. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do. I don't want to get
So
greedy.
you've had time to leave if you're worried about spoilers for Violent Night. Um, I mean, go see it anyway.
Yeah.
But
It's
starting off
fun.
with spoilers, I think we can start off by saying action movie guy dies like after like abandoning his family to the terrorists. He just runs away and gets shot.
It's shot. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he
Yeah,
does. My spoiler was gonna be someone gets a nail through the jaw.
dude. Yeah, which
Uh,
is definitely a callback to the Home Alone movie where they get the robber to step on the nail. Which,
that's what I
by
was
the
gonna
way,
say.
that scene in Home Alone actually made me wince more than the scene in this movie,
Yeah,
and it
because
always will.
it's just it doesn't go all the way through. It's just like a oh, yeah. That's the feeling. That's like the that's the audible feeling that I had watching it.
Yeah, and in that same scene in this movie, I was not expecting to be reminded of *Malignant* watching *Violent Night*, but I definitely was. Um,
Which scene?
when the wait, maybe it's a different, but it's when the woman falls into the glue, and then she stands up, and her hair like rips her scalp off, and you can like see her skull.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh,
that
that's so
was
gross.
one of the worst parts of the movie.
Also, going back to you saying Home Alone, um, do you like the first Home Alone movie?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you
Yeah,
not?
I don't, but
Okay.
I have
How
arachnophobia.
come? Oh, I see. And it ruined the whole movie for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Like
crazy.
it is so I cannot watch it.
That's
And that's
crazy.
why I love Home Alone too.
Separate the art from the spider, man.
Dude, that is so hard to do, man. It is so hard to do. I literally can't. But anyways, yeah, that's why I like Home Alone 2 better. It's
So
like the
what?
one I can actually watch without getting
Yeah.
scared.
What about Home Alone 3 and 4 and the new one, Home Alone whatever?
The one with the
It
Jojo
came
Rabbit
from Joe.
kid.
Yeah, I
I haven't
never saw
seen
that
that,
one. Yeah.
but he is the only reason I would watch it.
I mean, I'm if I was gonna watch it, I probably would have by now.
Right. If it's not Kevin McAllister, then I'm not in.
That's like there was a bunch of people who wanted what's his name? Macaulay Culkin to come back and just be Kevin McAllister, and then just everyone in the movie like sees him as an 8-year-old boy, but he's just like 40.
That is so funny.
That
That
would
is
have been
such a good
great.
idea.
Yeah.
That is so funny. I think though that's kind of when he was going through like a rough patch.
Actually, no, he was doing a lot better when they were making that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When did it happen? When did he
I don't know. That was it's been a while.
he's doing good now. He's
Yeah.
married to Brenda Song, who is
Uh w-
London
uh
Tipton
yeah. Yeah.
from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck. But also his brother
And
is like
also uh she's right there in the quarry.
which
Yeah.
one?
The
Wait, have you played that? I need to play it.
yeah, it's okay.
Uh,
Um I waited for it to drop down from $70. I think I got it for $25.
that's crazy. No, I was gonna say Macaulay Culkin's brother, Kieran, is or Kieran.
Succession.
Succession. Yeah.
I know
My
him
favorite
from
character in Succession.
I know him from Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, he's a dude.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's the same exact character.
Yeah.
So funny thing. Edgar Wright, when making Scott Pilgrim,
He watched Succession and he based it off of him.
Yeah, he did. No, Edgar Wright runs such a tight ship when it comes to his movies. It's obvious watching it. There's like little room for improvisation. Uh, so it's like, it's because it's of how like strict
Right.
he is with his filmmaking. And Kieran's role in Succession was actually his like one of his first times like actually improving, where a lot of the script is like just improv moments.
Hmm.
Um, and some scenes are saying like, all right, this is your point A. You're supposed to get to this point D. You guys just talk about whatever, have your conversation, and like they'll just improv it, and it's so funny. But Brian Cox, who is one of the leads in Succession, he's a great actor, like incredible, so good. Uh, he was like giving Kieran some tips on how to improv, and like right out of the bat, he just started like just doing like channeling his Wallace Wells, and like he was making like the cast laugh and like the production crew just laugh like with how good he was, that it got to a moment where his script just contains like so much like less than everyone else's because they just trust him to ad lib his way through each conversation, and it
Really.
is it is so unique. It's so cool too to watch.
Isaac's calling me.
Okay, put it
Do
on
you put
speakerphone.
it on speaker? All right. Well, I let it ring for too long, so I got. Hey, you're on the podcast.
Wait, why did Ben say he was on Fortnite?
I was I was on it for like a minute, and then
He
tell
was
him
on.
all.
Ben literally said he was on Fortnite 20 minutes ago.
I know he was eating dinner. He turned on his Xbox to watch the home screen while he ate dinner.
So he says I'm on Fortnite while I'm eating dinner. Bro just said Ion.
Yeah, maybe he was doing some science homework.
I'm about to do solos. Oh, Ion podcast. Thank you, Ben. My goodness.
And before I let you go, this is our Christmas episode, and we've talked a lot about, our experience at Christmas. Do you, in a short story, have any funny Christmas things?
Yeah, Ben might have already said it. If he did, I'm sorry, but my grandpa fell in the shower. And then he decided that this was on Christmas Eve. He fell in the shower, and he decided that he was going to finish the movie before he went to the hospital that he was watching.
Wait, he was watching a movie in the shower?
No, okay,
He fell in the
this is a
shower.
good
Then he
story.
came out. He's in pain, but we need to get to the hospital. But they just started a movie. He's like, I'll finish the movie. So they finished their like 2-hour movie or whatever. And then our Christmas morning ended up getting delayed to like noon because they had to take him to the hospital later that night.
That's
He wanted to finish his movie.
That's funny.
And it's relevant for the movie podcast.
It is.
Man,
Let's not focus on the fact that I laughed when you said he fell in the shower, not when he said he skipped the hospital. Anyway, thanks for that. We're gonna get back to the podcast. All right, see ya. All right.
So Violent Night.
Yeah.
Like we've been saying, this movie knows what it's doing. Go in expecting it to be what it is, or what you think it's going to be. But since we're in our spoiler section, yeah, there is like no real. The reason why these like mercenary people, burglars, are just taking over this house is because this lady is really rich. Um, and has just a bunch of money in her basement vault. Uh,
Yeah.
that is, and she owns this company that she's trying to choose a successor for. Um, so that is like kind of the why they're doing this.
Mhm.
And I mean, yeah, and as a result, you've got like the family that's like really sucking up to the grandma, and then you've also have uh we have the husband and wife. They're actually having a divorce and are finalizing some stuff, and then they have a daughter who is um her only Christmas wish is for her parents to be back together. And
By the way, if you watched our last episode, I brought up that there was something I had watched recently that reminded me of how child actors usually are. This was that movie.
Yeah.
She's not the greatest, but she gets the job done, right? Like all she has to do is sit around and talk about how she believes in Santa, and it works.
Yeah. She's not exceptional. She is a child actor. This is her first like major role.
Right.
So
Which her acting did not bother me. You know
no, it
what did
didn't take
bother
me
me
out at
though?
all.
I thought every single person in this movie fully was on board except for John Leguizamo. He seemed
Yeah.
really bored.
He was like having it. You know what I mean? He was like
Yeah,
he'd give it like 50% effort into like some yeah, you're totally right when you say that. It's
which I kind of regret not bringing up in the non-spoiler section. So
mhm,
sorry to all you non-spoiler people coming back for round two, but
right.
he's not the best. He seems kind of bored. He did a better job in the menu.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
cared about that. I think it was like obvious to tell too. You could tell he was having probably more fun with that. I think with this, it just looked like he was there for a paycheck,
it
honestly.
did.
I feel like some of the cast didn't think that this was going to be good, you
The
know?
Yeah, yeah. You know, the only scene from him, there's only two scenes from him in the movie that I actually like remember all that well, like specifically about him being involved. And that's obviously the finale,
His death.
which he has the most gruesome death in the movie somehow, even though it's the last one. Like that's so gross, almost so gross that like I kind of, even though this is the spoiler, well, hopefully people have already seen it. Dude, he gets like dragged through a chimney and like all of his limbs fall off,
He
and
gets
they close up
mutilated.
on it. They close up on it. But the other scene reminded me of is when he's doing like his big villain monologue. Basically, Santa's tied to the chair, and he's talking about how one Christmas I didn't get any presents. So I went to my neighbor's house to steal them, and I scared the old guy who lived there, and he fell down the stairs, and everyone blamed me. And so my mind instantly goes to the Trolls movie, where it's like, why don't you sing? And it's like, singing killed my grandma, okay? Like, this is straight up just a Christmas killed my grandma scenario. Like,
That's so funny. Um, yeah. Well, I was also gonna say a big spoiler we haven't even touched yet is we get Santa Claus lore in this. Uh,
dude, that was so unexpected.
and it was so like awesome, dude.
It was.
So in the movie, Santa gets these like random like nom flashbacks of him like when he was like a Viking slash pillager. Like
Right.
he would just like kill and loot villages and innocent people, and that's what he did. And then all of a sudden, he decided to be good and start judging the bad people in this world as Santa
Which,
Claus. And
this,
and
oh, you go
also
ahead.
the movie does such a good job at not explaining the magic at all. The way they explain it
Santa
is
doesn't
that
even know.
Santa doesn't even know what's happening.
He's just like, it's Christmas magic. I don't even understand it. And like any other movie, I'd be like, that's a cop out. In this movie, I'm like, yeah, you don't
It's
need to
so
explain
good,
it.
especially when
Yeah.
you do honestly get to know Santa's character. It is
Right.
legitimately like yeah, this guy's like a Viking killer dude, and then you
Right.
see him like kind of like okay, okay, we're gonna make this connection, but spoilers for us. Um, you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
When each because like the twist is that the mom is actually the tethered, like
Right.
each time she kills somebody she like has like those impulses of the tethered, like each time he kills somebody he has those like impulses and like flashbacks of him being the
Right.
Viking, so he's like laughing hysterically as he's like mutilating somebody or like
Listen,
chopping
I'm
people's heads off.
part
Oh,
of this is just because I had recently got the platinum trophy for God of War Ragnarok, beating the story. I genuinely got like God of War vibes from those flashback sequences, and then when he would talk about how far he's come, stuff like that. And I also, just while we're talking about it, the credits gave me God of War vibes because Ben, you're not going to know this because you haven't played it, but the credits for the Ragnarok has a song called "Blood Upon the Snow," and then the credits of this movie is literally just the backdrop is snow with blood dripping on it, and I'm like, that's from the game. So,
it's a
but yeah,
reference.
when it comes to like the lore that they dropped, like you said, it's out of nowhere, but it like fits really well, and
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it enough. And I'm not a huge fan of people making unnecessary extensions of things. Like, it's weird coming from such a big MCU fan, but I don't really like it when things are cinematic universes when they don't need to be. But I really want there to be like a prequel movie to this, you
Or even
know?
a sequel. Like this movie, it does not set up a sequel at all, but the possibility that this could become like a trilogy is so
Right.
fun to me. I
I
like I here's the sad thing. Here's the sad truth is I would watch this sequel before I would watch the Batman sequel. And and I mean that with all
yeah, I mean,
seriousness.
yeah, sure.
The Batman's going to be a 3.5 hour movie. I would rather Violent Night 2,
Right.
Christmas Ain't Over Yet, or like, I don't know what the name, like Santa's coming to your grave. I don't know.
I think this could work. I think if you do a prequel, all right, you set it in his pillager years.
Mhm.
You already have the story arc set out for you. He's a pillager, all that stuff, and then over time he starts to like maybe he runs into Mrs. Claus, and that's where that
Yeah.
shift to good happens. And then by the end of the movie, he has become Santa Claus. All right, so that's when, because at the start of this movie, he's like, I don't even remember why I started doing this. You can answer that question with the
Yeah.
prequel movie,
And you
and
know what?
then
You know what I love is
what?
that, oh, dude, we could have his like final. So every movie has to be Christmas related, obviously, because it's
Right.
Santa. Like the end, like the third movie could be like his son or whatever, and like like Santa is like training his son, and like the end of the movie, Santa dies. And it's like
Dude.
this like big heart wrenching thing. Because like they tease Santa's death in this movie. And I was not close to crying at all, but I believe this is probably where some people did cry. Uh
Yeah.
and I'm like, imagine if I was like, I've yet to see a Christmas movie that like would make me emotionally connected to Santa. You know what I mean? But apparently, through our Christmas stories, it sounds like I wasn't connected to Santa at all, as much as like every other American. So, or
um
just a person in the world.
yeah, but dude, and then okay, so they say that Rudolph exists in this universe, but he's not on the sleigh. Maybe in the prequel, or maybe even in the sequel, we could see Rudolph, and he could be
Yeah.
like trampling people and like stabbing
Dude,
people with
and
his
like the
horn.
reindeer shred. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like Rudolph's the best of the best. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh. Dude,
the red. What
dude,
does
I
they
just
call him?
thought of it.
Red nose.
I just thought about it.
What?
No, listen. Pillager Santa, boom, boom, fighting everybody, killing people, like somehow even gorier than the first movie, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, after pillaging this town, he's looking around. He's like, I don't want to be this anymore. And in the fog of war, you see a red note. You see a red light, and then out of the smoke comes Rudolph, and on top, Mrs. Claus, and like,
Oh.
I can help you, dude.
So, well, I would think of it, it'd be more of like a Doctor Strange's cape type thing,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
they call Rudolph, aka Red Nose, and it's just because like he's a protector, so he always protects Mrs. Claus or Santa. So, like, say Santa's like about to die, and Rudolph like boom sticks his like snout and like pierces someone, and like the blood is on the nose, and that's why they call
yeah,
him Red Nose. And he's
yeah.
got like he's like the best trained reindeer. This is I love how we're pitching an idea for this series. Oh,
Right.
it's great though. I think that would work.
I think it would too.
And of course, with every Christmas movie and like, every Christmas movie ever ends good. Santa's still alive. Bad guys are dead. The parents are presumably ending up together again,
Right.
and the everyone believes in Santa. So yeah, and even Santa is gonna try to right the wrongs between him and Mrs. Claus. So,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I mean, is there anything else you were wanting to add?
I mean, we talked about a lot of things. Um, there is obviously problems with this movie. Like we said,
Mm,
Jean Leguizamo isn't fully committed to this. And also I think Santa's death, or like Santa's
Fake out death.
Fake out death is like dragged on a little bit too long,
Yeah.
and it kind of is weird how it happens. Like he triumphs over the big bad of the movie, and then one more guy walks up and he's like, "Ha ha ha ha," and then that guy immediately dies anyway. So they like it's kind of weird. And like if that scene was a little bit shorter, and if John Leguizamo could have, you know,
Cared.
played along, this would have been a lot better. But it's like not a lot better. Like it was still great anyway. Those complaints are very minor because they don't really take up that they don't. By the time you got to Santa's fake out death scene, the movie's the best parts have already happened. And you're like 5 minutes away from leaving the movie anyway. And then
Right.
John Leguizamo, like well, even though his acting isn't the best, like the action around him and also his character story are funny enough to kind of make up for it. So if you go into it, like we said, with the proper expectations, you're gonna have a good time with it.
Oh, absolutely. As for that, I don't really have anything else to add. You kind of hit it on the head.
With a big hammer.
With a big sledgehammer.
Yep.
No, check out the movie. It's a lot of fun. I don't see myself watching it outside of Christmas, but I
Right.
do definitely think I'm gonna like visit this again next year.
This could be a new like Christmas tradition for some people.
I would like to do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think this is like a really good like group of friends movie. Like
Right.
you guys are hanging out like a few weeks before Christmas, or even like January. I think like as long as there's snow or
Right.
that winter area, I think like
Right.
this is great. Other than that though, I've got nothing else. Do you have anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Well,
I'm sure we'll log off and be like, oh, but
yeah. Well, so far we've done this podcast with no errors at all, so we're gonna keep it that
right.
way.
We're gonna keep it that way.
No, of course, make sure you're checking us out on wherever you listen to this or watch this. Tell friends, family, everyone, tell everyone. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And a Happy New Year. And Happy
Bro,
New
I
Year.
had a Santa hat in my closet the whole time. I was gonna wear it for this episode. We have to start over. We have to do the episode over.
You could just edit the like hat on your head for the whole episode. I'm sure that won't be annoying.
Yeah, definitely. Or we can
I
just re-record.
Also I forgot about our next episode.
Oh, right. Yeah. So the episode after this, thank you for reminding me, Ben. I'm going to interrupt you and not let you talk. We are not doing a movie next week. We are doing a year-end kind of thing where we're going to talk about our best and worst movies of the year. It's going to be a blast. Invite your friends to watch it
Pop
when
the
it's up.
popcorn, get the
Pop
candy.
the popcorn. Yeah, well, not right now. It'll be kind of cold.
Are we doing a draft or are we just doing a
I think we're definitely doing a draft for the best.
Yeah, and I think we just choose our worst.
And then we can just talk. Yeah, we can talk about our worst.
Yeah.
So yeah, since we're doing a draft, it's going to be kind of a semi-competition. Everyone in the comments will get to vote for who they thought had a better pick. And whoever wins between us, does
gets to, do something.
Yeah, they get to record the next episode. And the loser has to be recorded with them.
Yeah, so we're excited for that. So make sure you check out next week. It's the end of the year episode. So yeah. Other than that, you got anything you want to sing us off? Christmas Carol it up?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me get a microphone.
He's looking around. Do you have a microphone in your room?
It's a remote.
Oh, okay. I got one too.
Oh, Christmas tree, we love you. Every Christmas
is near.